Alright, I've seen a lot of questions about what's in our English BT1 and 1.5, and because the answer is we don't know, a lot of people are frustrated about, well, what do I build? What can I have? And I feel like it is good to organize what information we do know in order for people to make informed decisions. So I'm going to start with a summary of the three sets in Japanese and the pull ratios, and then translate that to what we do know from the English leaks. So, first of all, set 1 had 10 SRs, 2 secrets, all this data here. And they actually had two commons that were actually parallel foil, which is really interesting. They stopped doing that entirely. The case ratios were actually pretty bad. You ended up not getting a playset of every SR, which they changed with BT02. So again, 10 SRs, 2 secrets. The amount of parallel foils went down by 2 because of the loss of the commons, but more of the parallel foils were, secrets, or rather, SRs. And then with BT03, we've seen all 10 SRs will have alternate arts. We have no idea what that means for parallel foils for the rares, but from this information, they saw that the pull ratio was too low and they upped it. And so it gave, and they also made it so you're guaranteed to get 2 of each secret, which is good. Now, the cards that we know for BT01, I've colored in here. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. So, we have, from pack art, War Greymon, Metal Garurumon, Angemon, Omegamon is like the obvious one, Omnimon, whatever. Gallantmon, Dukemon, rather, Shine Greymon, Mugendramon, Paidmon. Well, Mugendramon, what is his English name? Machine Dramon. I should know that. We only have confirmation of because his alternate art is in the Dash pack, but I'll get back to that. And then on the packs, we also had Millenniummon, Diaboromon, and recently released Ragnalord. Oh my goodness. Leopardmon is what I get for only not recording a script. Anyway, so that's only 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, and also from yesterday's reveals, we can highly assume Beelzemon will be there. Things that are in 2, the Black War Greymon, Ulforce Vtuber, Imperial Dramon, which we can kind of assume will be with. So this is more of a assumption on my part because we all know there's only 3 secrets in the first set. I think the alternate Imperial Dramon has to be in 1.5, which means that the normal Imperial Dramon should be in 1.5 as well. But who knows? It's not confirmed at all. So with this, you can only make a couple of assumptions with what decks can be built, but what's important to note is the amount of alt arts we'll get in each set. From the distributor information that was shared, we were told that it'll be 17 and 11 alt arts in sets 1 and 1.5. If they're not counting the secret alt arts, which makes a lot of sense, usually alternate secrets aren't on box information, that's still 20 and 14 to work for. That means that we're either going to have 28 or, 28 plus 6 for the English, but the Japanese had 48, including the secrets. Like, where are those? Are they just not going to print these alt arts? And that's what I think the Dash packs are for. I think that the 5 cards that we got in the Dash pack, which are 2 of this Abumon Gabumon, this Mugendramon, and then this Siegramon Puppetmon, those 5 aren't going to be in the set before, and I think 1.5 is also going to have a Dash pack. That'll cut off 10 of those cards that are kind of missing, right? So let me do 26, 34. So that would bring it down to 38, and then there's a chance of the tamers not being in the set either. So the 5 tamers from the first set and the second set, or something else like that, because they are box toppers, is we're still over for the amount of alt arts in the set. Obviously, there's no way to know those things, but I feel pretty confident that, like, the fact that these cuts are, like, this information that was leaked means that our SRs are being given to us, or rather, our alt arts are being given to us in a different way to make it easier to pull things in the set. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'd hate to never get those cards. Like, I'm glad we're getting the alternate Agumon and Gabumon in a slightly more easy to pull way. In Japan, when you bought a case, you'd get the maybe 1 per case maximum, maybe 1 every 2 cases. And now, because of the dash pack, if you buy a case, you're going to get a playset of each-ish. Because it's 24 dash packs per case, 5 different arts, It's good. It's really good. And that means they're going to be a little bit more accessible, able to be run in more people's decks, and the art is great. So this makes me really happy. The last thing I want to touch on, since I, again, don't have a script and am going from memory, is that our SR amount is 20 and 10 instead of 15 and 15. Which is really weird. But it means for those 3 months of pre-release, there's probably another deck or 2 in the meta that wasn't even an option, so we'll keep it a little more lively, hopefully. But this also means that ratios are going to be really weird. If we take Dragon Ball Super ratios into consideration, 7 SRs per box seems very doable. That seems almost expectable, but 7 times 12 boxes in a case gives you 84 SRs a case, with divided by 20 different types will give you 4.2 SRs, which is, again, what was normal in BT02. But with BT02, if you bought a case to get 1 of each SR, you would end up spending about half the amount of money to get a playset of 10 different SRs. But in English, you'd be spending, double that amount of money, because it's 10 cards in a pack versus 5 cards in a pack, right? But you'd be getting 20 playsets of SRs. Does that make sense, right? You're going to get 40-ish SRs in the Japanese and 80-ish SRs in the English, which kind of makes sense because the Japanese boxes are about 40-ish and ours are going to be 80-ish. Okay, so it does make sense, and the card's value overall shouldn't be that different, but it still means that if you buy a case, you're only going to get maybe 1 playset of the best card in the game, Omnimon Omegamon. So for each case sold, it's only 1 person being able to play that deck. So take that how you will. I hope the quality of the cards is really good, and I really wish it looked like we were getting Imperial Dramon in set 1 for English, but I don't think it's possible. Anyway, this is just a theory of mine. Happy playing. Bye-bye.